Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of WFSO Wrestling Talk. Today's interview, we're going to talk with the Mouth Ian Mosley. I'm going to put him on in a bit and go from there, and should be interesting. But let me look at my notes here because I think I got a little bit more information about this guy. Let's see. Yeah, he's a GM, a wrestler, and a booker as well. So yeah, so this should be interesting. So without further ado, let's bring him in and let's just wait till him to get himself set up and all that good stuff, and we will start rolling. So just waiting. Hey, what's going on?
How's it going?
Pretty good. And yourself?
Yeah, it's a day.
I like the background, so don't change it. so one of my questions is like, what got you into wrestling?
uh Kurt Hennig, actually.
Oh, really?
Met him when I was 12 and talked some trash to him at ringside. And me and him kind of went back and forth with each other for a little bit and then got to meet him backstage and everything. And pretty much he's the one who got me started.
Oh, wow. That should be a fun conversation, I should say. Well, did you always want to go for like a wrestler or a manager or anything like that? So like, was that like one of your picks to do when you were growing up?
Wrestler mostly. Uh, Became manager after I got injured and was forced into a wrestling retirement.
Oh, how? Oh, when did that happen? If you want to share the story.
Back in 2012, was
Oh,
doing the night was doing the nice little dive over the top rope, and somebody missed, and I landed shoulder first onto the concrete, and
wow.
it was going to be about $80,000 worth of surgeries to get fixed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that had to hurt. That had to have been painful, wasn't it?
It is what it is. I mean, you're not getting bruised, you're not doing it correctly.
Yeah, exactly. Besides, you had Kurt Hennig as your wrestler that got you inspired by wrestling, but like, who in your opinion, would was like an inspiration to get you started as manager or wrestler?
Manager wise, Bobby the Brain, rest in peace,
Yeah.
and Jim Cornette.
Oh yeah. I know he's been getting a little bit of heat lately, but I still appreciate the guy for what he did. So can't change
Yeah,
that.
no.
Um, you are also a booker for a certain wrestling fan, are you?
Yes, I am a booker for Rampage Uncensored out of Mineral Wells, Texas.
Okay, can you describe about that federation? Like,
It's wild. I can tell you that. The fans love a fight. They love the blood. They love the mayhem.
oh, okay, so
Fans,
it's
the
like
fans are crazier than us.
so is it like more of like a little bit of the hardcore side or just like mixture of everything?
Kind of a mixture of everything. Definitely a mixture of everything.
Okay, were there like any matches through that promotion that you was like, oh my god, this is like very good, or like I can't believe you done that, but that was awesome.
Anytime we have Franco D'Angelo on the card, if you guys don't know who Franco D'Angelo is, uh, he's the leader of the guerrilla militia, which is Franco, Big Said. You'll love Big Said. Uh, Axel Savage and Brooke Tyler. Those guys are just it's a whole different breed when guerrilla militias is out there. It's a whole different breed.
Yeah, I gotta ask more about that. Like, how did they end up forming together?
Axel Savage and Brooke Tyler are kind of a new addition to them. Uh, Big Set and Franco. Man, they are just two immovable objects that have met in the ring a few times and have decided we have something with us. Let's go. And they just started going.
Okay,
It's
so
just one of those, the natural chemistry with each
yeah,
other from being opponents with each other. I mean, it was just an all natural combination coming in with each other.
yeah, that's a good thing. I take it they're probably like big guys,
Oh
like
yeah,
big
oh
tall
yeah.
guys.
Oh, Franco and Big Set are definitely some big guys. Franco especially. He's
Oh
a.
wow.
I don't want to dive too much into his personal life because I have a lot of respect for Franco. Uh, he's also a wrestling coach for Greco Wrestling.
Oh okay.
So he can get you in between them ropes and get you on some things, and then he can also take you to that ground and get you in some things. You're not getting out. I mean that's a big boy.
Yeah, apparently, probably maybe around my height and weight, so that's a possibility.
I
I'm like,
would I would say he's probably about 290, 295, and
yeah,
jacked. I mean
yeah,
jacked.
oh yeah, it gotta be.
He's
Um,
scary.
yeah. Have you done any like training with like other up and comers?
Uh let's see. Man, that's a whole Rolodex. I mean, I'm constantly coming in with up and comers on everything. Like we have a new up and comer. He's been out for a year now. We got Chance Fortune, the unparalleled. He's making some big moves. He has multiple championships with him now. I give him a lot of grief. I've been across the ring from him a few times with a couple of my clients, but I've seen him go up against some big guys. He doesn't back down.
Okay, I'm very interested. So speaking of titles, like what titles are there in the company that you work with?
We have heavyweight championship, cruiserweight tag team. We're going to be adding the women's division. Uh, Possibly might bring back the hardcore. Don't know yet.
Just only time will tell. So, like,
Yeah.
any ideas for the women you thinking of for that division?
Oh, there's a lot out there. I mean, the women's division's growing everywhere. We got Morgan Mercy. Should definitely be a good one. A name that's been getting around that I've been seeing a lot is the lovely Miss Larkin. Um, I believe she's based out of Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Um, there's so many women going around.
Yeah. If people like want to watch your program, if they're like out of Texas or anything like that, do you have like a streaming service for that?
Right now, we don't have a streaming service. We are planning on sticking a couple of matches up on our YouTube. Uh, right now, we're in the building up process of everything.
Okay.
We're not we're not a new company, but we're also not an old company.
Right. You're just kind of been around for like a little bit or something like that.
Yeah, we're kind of in a transition phase right now. The original owner, we were called Rampage Uncensored. Um, he hit that retirement stage. Out of respect for him, we're letting him take that name with him, and we're kind of forming our own path right now. And
Okay.
older promotion that has been around for a while. Uh, they're thinking about making a comeback, and we'll be sharing space with them and everything, and intertwining our roster with their roster, doing some storylines with each other.
Yeah, it seems like that would be interesting. Any any other companies around the area that you work with?
Uh, right now, going to be branching out to a company that's been around. I believe they're going on their second year. Uh, North Texas Wrestling. Shout out to the boss, Deshaun Good. Uh, he's definitely running a pretty good ship up there. Of course, he's been talking with me, getting some great ideas because that's what I'm full of. A lot of people, they tend to kind of drift away from me, but they're just jealous. I dress better than them. I have more money than them. I look better than all of them. So they're just kind of jealous because we're out in Texas. There's a lot of backwoods hillbillies that come crawling out of their trailers and driving in their jalopies and everything, collecting that first check on the month and everything. You know how it is.
Right.
So a lot of people kind of get jealous when some of these top names kind of reach out to me, like Mouth. We're having some issues. Need you to handle some things, which do have a one thing, Toy Man. There's going to be a few surprises in store for April 27th, by the way, because I know you're going to be watching this because I'm in your head.
So I take it as when your next show is going to be.
At the end of April with them, yes. That would actually be my first show with them. I've been doing a lot behind the scenes with Deshaun Good. Given my expertise of 16 years inside this industry. So I've been kind of backstage on a lot of things. There's a lot of shenanigans going down at NTW, and somebody sticking his face where it shouldn't belong, and all that's going to get dealt with. But I'll be out. I'll be out at our promotion. April 12th is our next show for that. Got a couple of debuts on that one coming up. That one's going to be a fun one. We're actually doing a heavyweight championship tournament right now to crown the new champion.
Okay, should be interesting for the people that's watching. Who? Well, besides wanting to crown your new champion, like who are your current title holders?
Right now, the only main titles we have right now is our tag team. The heavyweight championship got relinquished at the end of the year.
Okay.
That was due to a contract that this wrestler has signed with another company. So he had to relinquish some titles, which was sad to see it get relinquished that way. But, you signed that contract, you're obligated now. So, shout out to him. I hope everything works out great for him. Would have loved to have seen them defend it. But, you get that call up, you take it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So right now our tag team division is being dominated by a tag team called Jacked and Juicy. That is King Outlaw Jason Bruce and Juicy Joe Angelo Garcia.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah, they play well with each other.
That's one way to put it. So like I know there's probably been some matches that that had that current tag team. Like were there any matches with that tag team that you thought it was like the best that they did, like the best match that they did?
Oh, every match is the best that they do.
Okay.
They as soon as that music hits and they walk out that curtain, you're in for a show.
Okay.
They single-handedly between the both of them, even their single runs is just phenomenal.
Oh, they had singles runs. So what did they like accomplish like in singles titles?
Jason Bruce has been heavyweight champion for APW, which is Advanced Pro Wrestling, based out of Keene, Texas, Cleburne, Texas, and Alvarado. They travel between those three areas. Chaos Champion, Tag Team Champion. Right now they are the OG Tag Team Champions of APW as well. We have that belt situation is kind of weird right now because new belts got made and the original tag team kind of retired for a few years.
Yeah.
So they still had the belts.
I see.
And then new belts got made and new champions were crowned, and then the original tag team, the Dying Breed, Ruben and Doberman, they came back with the original tag team belts. And Jacked and Juicy now have those tag team belts. So it's kind of a weird predicament right now in the
like a unification. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because we have two different tag team champions right now.
Probably will get that situated like sooner or later. So besides any like up and comers and stuff, were there like any veterans that's still with you guys?
One who actually has a match on April 12th, Viper. He's been around the business for a long time. He's actually gonna be taking on a debut with us that I've been trying to get on a card for a while, and mine and his dates finally clashed with each other, and so Viper's gonna find out what it's like to go up against Coffin King, Hostage Hirsch.
Interesting.
He's definitely been around and has laid some bodies down.
Okay. Were there any wrestlers you had managed that actually got called up besides the one you was talking about that was like late last year? Was there any one of them besides him that got called up?
No, they've all done some extra work with WWE and TNA and stuff, AEW. One of my clients went over to the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo in LA, and then that's when he turned his back on me. You're welcome. Still have an issue with him. I got him that deal, and he came back and turned his back on me and stabbed me in the back, which picked up a new client while he was gone, and he has since stabbed me in the back as well once I got him to the top.
Oh, it seems like you get these wrestlers to the top, and just like they just want to just turn away.
Yep, they think they don't need me no more.
Yeah, that's insane. So the future of your company, like where are the guys that people that come to your show, who they should be looking out for?
Ooh. I mean, we get a lot of great talent coming in. We get a lot of guys from DFW All Pro Wrestling. They also have a wrestling academy as well. Shout out to Lou Gotti. He does tremendous work with a lot of those wrestlers. He's had a lot of wrestlers get called up out of his school and everything, and out of his promotion. I mean, if you come to Texas, Lou Gotti's the guy to know. I mean, he can get your foot in anywhere.
Right.
Main guy, I would say. Who? I'm actually going to say it's going to be Chance Fortune. I mean that guy has tremendous talent.
Okay.
He's a big time high flyer.
Oh yeah, we gotta love our high flyers. So yeah, that'd be something good for people to see. So that's good. Any advice you will give to your younger self to where you were then to where you are now? So, what advice you would give to your younger self?
I wouldn't change a damn thing.
Okay, that's straight up put it.
Yeah.
All right. How about anybody that wants to be in your position, like as a manager or anything like that? So, what advice you would give that person?
F the crowd. They don't matter. You go out there, you do what you gotta do for your client.
Exactly.
Forget all the noise that they're making. You're there for one thing and one thing only. You're there for that gold around your waist.
Exactly. That should be everybody's what they want to challenge for, like to get to the main belt.
I mean, I don't need praise from the people that are sitting on that other side of that barricade. There's a reason why they're over there and I'm on this side. I'm doing what they can't do. And that's actually be able to tie my shoes, count to 3, walk properly, bathe properly. So there's a reason why I'm on that side of the barricade. They're sitting down, stuffing their face with fudge rounds, eating some Cheetos, drinking soda. I mean, I have a physique to maintain. I have to look good. I mean, I never know when I'm going to get a phone call. I have to fly out to Japan like I did back in July. I have to fly out and go do some photo shoots over here. So I have to maintain a physique, and I don't need their grubby little hands touching me. And if they're trying to get to that top spot, you don't want their grubby hands touching you. I mean, it's plain and simple.
Right.
I mean, when you're a top guy, you don't care what anybody thinks about you. You already know where you're at. You don't need your flowers from the crowd. You don't need that stuff. That's all noise. If you're trying to please the crowd, who are you actually pleasing? You're not pleasing yourself. You're not getting that gratification from yourself. You shouldn't have to seek out the gratification from others.
So
Praise
mainly,
yourself.
yeah, just mainly just look for that number one person, and that's yourself.
Like a big time guy said, DTA.
Yep.
DTA. No one's your friend back there. No one. It doesn't matter if you guys been a tag team for 15 years. That's not your friend. At any given moment, he can get a better shot than you got, and he'll stab you in the back for it. We've seen it happen time and time again.
Which is very true. Um, with your wrestling career, like were there any like accomplishments that you made before you made the transmission? Like any titles that you held?
No, unfortunately, I never got to win the title. It was fresh out of graduation when I got my injury.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I never really got to get a title shot on anything. But I would say my best accomplishment though, being able to be in the ring across from Scott Hall. I would say that is one accomplishment. I've always had a soft spot for the bad guy, and being able to share the ring with him and get tossed around and slammed and all that by him before he got to where he wasn't able to do it anymore. That right there was a big accomplishment for me because that's a guy I grew up watching.
Right.
I mean, I've been watching this since I was 3. I'm going on 40, and I'm still doing this.
Yeah, do what you love. So there's nothing wrong with that. So were there anybody else, like big names that you have worked with, either you wrestle or manage or just, opponent against, whoever you were managing at that time? So were there any like big names?
Uh, my clients haven't gone. Clients that I have haven't gone against like the top names. We've been in the same building as some top names. We've been in the building with Gangrel, James Storm. Uh, I mean, mean, Texas has a big list of like their own big names of independent stars. Like everybody looks at like when I hear big names, everybody automatically shoots up to like the top names in the industry for like WWE and AEW and all that. When I hear big names, I'm looking at Texas because Texas has some really big name stars that are running the independent scene. Like we got Dante Smiley. He was a part of CYN when that was going. Uh, Brick Savage, big name in Texas. Big name, starting to be a big name everywhere. Jay Alexander. I mean, a lot of these names are starting, have been big all over Texas, branching out to other states, hitting up big over there. I mean, yeah, the top place to be that you want to be at is up in those upper promotions and everything that are paying them big dollars. But Texas is where it's at. So when you're looking at big names, you're looking at those names right there. Chandler Hopkins, Fuego del Sol. He was part of AEW. He's back here, back down in Texas, running things again. I mean, we have our own list of big names that if you come to Texas and you want to make a statement, those are your guys that you want to try and make a statement with.
Gotcha. So it seems like there's a lot of big names that came from Texas. So have you ever thought about yourself like maybe branching out of Texas, or would you be okay just to stay in Texas?
I mean, Texas itself, it's like what, 6 different states in one. I mean, it takes all day to drive from one end to the other. Now I've done a show in Arkansas. Uh, that one I don't like having on my record because that's left a very bad taste. He's left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Even the top star that's been big time and still is big time left a very bad taste in his mouth as well, to where that company almost got blacklisted.
Oh wow.
I do have June 9th. No, June 7th. June 7th. I will be up in Cheyenne, Colorado with PKL, which is Precision Combat League. Very big show going on up there. Me and kind of a client. I'm trying to bring him in as a client. He's a fresh graduate. His name is the Anaconda Elijah Cortez. He's out of the FW All Pro Academy. Taking a big liking to him. He debuted with us at the end of the year show that we had, and I've taken a huge liking to him. So I'm taking him up to Colorado with me, and we're going to show them how we do it down in Texas. Have a few dates lined up for Bend, Kansas, which is televised. Might be bringing a couple of guys up from Texas for that as well. Don't know who I would bring up with me, but obviously people that are going to be making a statement like I do. I mean, I can't even walk into a building without people knowing who I am and instantly booing and all that. So, I mean, I pretty much cause riots where I go. And these other companies, PKL and MEW, they have no idea what they're in store for. I mean, there's a reason why they call me the Phantom of Pines. And they're about to find out.
All right. Let's see. Where will you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, man, that would be like Paul Heyman status right there. Oh, which I've actually been compared to a lot to him. But, there's only one Paul Heyman. There's only one The Mouth. Just doing what I do. I mean, still doing what I do right now. I I mean, I'm already past the stage of, oh man, I hope I get that call up. I'm already past that stage.
Gotcha.
I'm a big independent scene person. I mean, if I can help get that next biggest heel, that next foot into that door, that next step up, then so be it. Let's go. Let's work. If this is where you want to be, I'll get you there. But you got to be willing to put in that time. You got to be willing to put in that effort.
Right, exactly. You gotta work for what you want. Um, like for people that don't know, like who is the Mouth Ian Mosley? Like who is he?
I am. I'm not your typical manager. I'm a guy who makes things happen. I mean, I got shoe line deals for people. I have my own shoe line, have a clothing line. I, I even have my own jewelry line, which is set to be coming in the mail here soon. Um, just a leader of the pines, man. I come from the backwoods. I come from the place where if you're not from around there, you don't want to come around because you're not going to come back. You will disappear like the straw in the wind, 100%. You don't know who you are and you start coming up that holler, you're done. You're going to be met with force and you're going to be food for my pine, plain and simple. You want to get to know who I am? Come on down to Texas. I'll show you who I am.
Like, is there anybody in the independencies right now you would like to see down there in Texas?
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot I would love to see down here. My boy Icon Lee over at OVW. He's tearing it up in OVW right now. We've had him down here in Texas a few times. I'm trying to work on getting him back down here. I mean, he's blowing up. I'd love to have Jack Vaughn down here. That guy cracks me up.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
him and Icon Lee have started working with each other over at OVW, which was cool to see. Um, Man, there's so many I would love to see come down here. Austin Diamond up in Kentucky, would love to see him come down. There's a couple of guys over in California. I can't think of their names off the top of my head, but they're tearing it up over there in California right now. That I would love to see come over. I mean, Texas in its own. I mean, there's just so many wrestlers in Texas that if you're not packing the house and you're not able to find a wrestler, you're not looking correctly. So getting outside people coming down, I mean, there's not really a whole lot on bringing other people from out of state in because you have so much you can choose from here in Texas. And like some of us do like two to three shows a day.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's crazy. The wrestling scene out here is just crazy. It's unlike any other state.
So, what would you compare like the state of Texas for wrestling wise to any other state? Like, what would you compare it to, or there's no comparison?
Oh, there is no comparison. There's no other state that you can go to where you can go. The wrestling in Texas starts on Thursday night and it ends on Sunday evening. That's how Texas is. When you're growing up in Texas, you either play football or you play baseball. And then when you start getting old enough, you're not playing any of those. You're into wrestling. So wrestling starts on Thursday night for a lot of us and ends on Sunday evening. So you can start Thursday night down south, and then you can work your way all the way up to northern Texas to the Panhandle by the end of Sunday, and then leave Sunday afternoon to come back down to wherever you're from. And maybe hit another show up on that way back down.
Oh, well, seems like a big road trip for everybody. So,
Oh yeah, it's a loop. That's why it's called the Texas Loop, because you can start Thursday night, end it Sunday night.
yeah, probably a lot of people will want to have that schedule, especially if they go down there. So that's a good way to put it. Um, what Jesus, like so you said there's no comparison to no state in to Texas or whatever like that. But were there like anybody, it could be like big name, past or present, like you will see that will have, that big of a load on them in Texas and they'll make themselves a big name. So is there anybody you can think out there that could, could be successful?
Oh, there's a lot that can be successful. Axel Savage, Chance Fortune. Uh, as much as it pains me to say it, Levi Lucas. It's a guy that turned his back on me. It's another one of my clients that did something to me. Rick Savage, definitely going to be a big name. He was actually just on, I believe he was just on Ring of Honor. Him, Jay Alexander, I believe he was just on Ring of Honor. It was either Ring of Honor or TNA that they were both just on. I believe it was Ring of Honor.
Okay.
There's just so many to choose from that have it.
Right, because maybe one day I'm going to travel down there and see like what you guys all about in Texas. But let's see, a few more questions. Um, like, do you see your company, keep on going if you decide, just to retire like right here, right now? Do you think your company will still be going?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The fans will keep it going because they love the chaos, they love the violence. There's always someone. There's always someone else to pick up the reins and run with it.
Right. So who you think will be down there in Texas will be the next you? But I know there's only can be one person, but who you think that could be, the next you?
I mean, that's really tough because right now this is what I'm seeing that's wrong inside the independent scene. This is where this is where I'm about to ruffle a lot of feathers. That's what I love to do. I like to bring the A game out of everyone. If I'm putting my all into something and I'm going above and beyond, I expect there should be other people doing the same exact thing. There's not a whole lot of call for managers. Not a whole lot of wrestlers want to have a manager. So it's very few and far in between that you actually see a wrestler having a manager. Like you may see them coming out to the ring with another wrestler, but you don't see them with that actual manager aspect. Like I was raised watching all the old school manager workings and everything. Like I am the 80s heel manager in the modern day era. I've been attacked by fans. I've had to get escorted off the premises. I've had to have police escort in order to leave an arena. I am the embodiment of an 80s manager. I bring that 80s manager attitude. When you had the 80s around, that's when you had your managers. Now you don't have a whole lot of managers. Like you have me out here. You have Nostico out of DFW All Pro, who's been all over with Bo, Eddie Martinez. He's actually with a lot of wrestlers out here in Texas. Like for Nastico, that's all there was. It was just him. And then I come along and he heads up one part, I head up the other part. I have a lot of respect for him. He has his craft down. He knows when he needs to be out of place and when he doesn't. He bides his time. I work the same way. I know when I need to do something certain and when I don't need to do it. But you don't see a whole lot of actual manager work who actually cares for their clients, take care of their clients, get the deals for them, negotiate everything for them, pretty much being their assistant like a true manager should be, instead of somebody who just walks out to the ring with them. I mean, I'm dedicating my time to you. I'm there to make you look good. I'm there to make sure you get what's supposed to be coming to you, and that's gold. So there's really not a whole lot of managers. There really isn't. A lot of these promotions out here in Texas, even in other states, you don't see a whole lot of manager work. You just see them coming out with another wrestler that may be like their tag team partner, just accompany them to the ring, or a mutual kind of respect thing. They both have issues with this guy. It's like, hey, I'm going to make sure nobody comes up and gets you from the back. I got your back on this, so I'll come out with you. So you're not really seeing that whole manager aspect. Because I'm not a wrestler no more. I don't belong in that ring. My job is to get whoever I have coming out with me is to get them to the top. That is my job. I'm to make sure they are to get taken care of.
Okay, so there's many you just saying there's no other manager like you that's around here. So
Yeah, no, there isn't.
I get
Because I
that.
lay it all out there.
Right.
I'm calling other promotions for you. I'm handling all your booking. I'm handling your traveling. I'm making sure you have your gear packed, your gear's washed. You have the expenses that you need to make it to where you're at. But of course, when you're with me, you're also on the private jet, so you don't really have to worry about your traveling because that's already taken care of. They just got to make sure that I just got to make sure that that promotion is going to be able to afford my client coming out and to afford the gas that it's going to take for that airplane to get to.
Gotcha. Where can people find your fed at, or if they want to look for you, where can they find you?
Oh, they can find me. They can find me at Rampage Uncensored in Mineral Wells, Texas. Be down there April 12th. That's gonna be a crazy show. Starts at 7:30. Doors open at 6:30. Um, Look us up on YouTube over at over on it's my other client's page. I believe it's under Shane Stratmore that he has it under on YouTube. You can see some clips I have on my TikTok, same name that you see up here.
Okay.
You can see some old footage of me. Not really old, but you can see me with the promotion I used to be with over on YouTube at Advanced Pro Wrestling. A few footage of me getting my butt handed to me by some people, getting their grubby hands on me when they shouldn't have been, just checking on my client, getting attacked for no reason. Ref throwing me out when I'm just stretching and thinks I'm handing a weapon to my client when I'm just stretching. I got treated very badly. I mean, a lot of people had no respect for me. Anytime they can get their hands on me and push me around, they will. Don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much that's it right now. I mean,
Okay. One more question. So is there any managers? Although you said there ain't that many out there like you, so I get that. So is there like any manager out there we should like be watching out for that's up and coming? I take that as a no.
I would say probably Saul Good.
Okay, because yeah, he's down there too, right?
Yeah, I've been seeing Saul Good kind of making his waves. I mean, he's kind of dressing the way I am. Don't really like that. I mean, you always have to imitate the best. Um, Another guy that's been all over the place, uh, Tony Snow. Uh, Me and him kind of have the same liking of past managers. We both like Bobby the Brain. We both like Jim Cornette. We kind of adapted their styles onto us, especially the way we carry ourselves. Uh, so I would say the most one would probably be Tony Snow.
Okay, but thank you. I appreciate you being on here, and I did enjoy it. And hopefully, we'll see each other very soon.
If you come down here, I'm going to let you know something.
What's
It's going
that?
to be unlike anything you've ever seen. And you kind of kept me waiting today. I really appreciate that. I mean, I
It's
was
not
here
bad.
on time. I was here on time. I mean, my time is very, very precious to me. And I had to sit around waiting for you. So you do make it come. If you make it down here, I'm going to know. I'm going to know as soon as you cross that border. I have people everywhere. So I'm going to know as soon as you cross that border, you're now in the pines. And I will drag you out of that car and throw you in that ring. And I'm going to get every piece of that minute that I had to sit here and wait for you. I'm going to get it back one way or another.
Okay,
Whether
I will
it's a
hold you
pound of
to it.
flesh, whether it's a pound of flesh, or it's going to be more money for the next time you decide to have me on. I may have to up the price. So that way
Yeah.
think about what could come. I mean, you're up where? You're up in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yep.
I believe I got some people up there. Don't worry about that.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. But like I said, sorry for a little bit delay, and I appreciate you being on here. And thanks for the time.
Well, you're not welcome.
Thank you. This is the Mouth Ian Mosley, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, he's all over Texas, so just look for him.
I'm not hard to find. All you gotta do is whisper to the pines.
Like you said, he's not that hard to find. And like I said, I appreciate you being on here, and thank you.
I guess I'll give you. You're welcome.
Okay, finally. Thank you. So yeah, this is the Mouth Ian Mosley, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully, he'll be on here in time, days to come or whenever the case may be. And appreciate it. For the rest of you guys that that's been on here. Um oh wow. Only reason I'm like speechless, but ooh, I didn't mean to cut off the camera, so sorry about that. But yeah, hopefully, I get to work with the guys sometime, so should be interesting. And hopefully one day, I end up, checking out and go down there in Texas and check out the wrestling scene. I got some family down there, so I didn't tell them that. So yeah, I do got some family down there. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. This episode will be aired tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time. So you can look out for that on Spotify and also on YouTube as well. So sorry I didn't get to you guys that's on the live and stuff like that. But like I was saying, if I'm doing like, wrestling talk, y'all can, ask some questions or anything like that, Like I will come up with questions, but it'd be good if you guys, if y'all have some questions, ask along, but don't ask anything crazy. So appreciate it, Melly Martinez for being on here, and Daniel Jackson. I appreciate you guys being on here as well. And seem like y'all the main ones that that's just been on here, but the rest of y'all that's on Twitch and on other platforms, appreciate it. So guys on Twitch, once again, always do like live content almost every day, so you get a chance, check us out. Thanks for the new follower that's just joined on, I think that's WFSO 1. um I think it's Ray NC. So sorry if I got that name wrong. So thank you for joining and welcome. Um, guys, please follow us on Twitch. Like I said, live content. We always have almost every day. Um, for you guys on YouTube, over 2,400 videos and counting, and we are the longest reigning, one of the longest reigning channels that's on YouTube. So, you like wrestling content like this, or you like other stuff, actual wrestling and wrestling news and stuff like that? Check us out. Um, Also, of course, I mentioned with the 2,400 videos. So we're trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the month. So we got until next Friday, and wow, this month is really going quick. So yeah, this is like a real surprise. But anyways, check out the website too, wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com. You can check out videos like this, other videos where we talk about a lot of the content that we normally always talk about. You can check out, some upcoming events that's in the Midwest. You can like, look for them and check them out. And I know we're going to expand, but I'm just trying to take it, like one day at a time to, expand to more and get like everywhere all around the United States. But if you're looking for like other like promotion that's going on and stuff, go ahead and check out, WFSO South, WFSO East Coast, WFSO West Coast, and the Midwest as well. You can find like whatever promotion that's in the United States, you can find them in that area. And we're also in Canada. And shout out to JP Zenick because today is his birthday and he runs WFSO Canada. So you get a chance, say happy birthday to him, man. Also look for WFSO Canada that's on Facebook. Um, like I said, check out the website. And also, we have like photos of what we took like in wrestling. Also photos that we took at Bucks games and Bucks events and all that good stuff. And I did mention that also that we're gonna announce like the guests that we're gonna have for April 11th. So get a chance, just stay tuned on that. It is on the website as well. Let me get out of here, and I got places to go and things, important things to do. So I appreciate y'all being on here. And like I said, this episode will be on Spotify and on YouTube. Like the version you can see on the screen will be on tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time. You guys, you want to rewatch this live, go ahead and do that. But yeah, let me get out of here. And like I said, I appreciate you guys. And until the next video, you guys have a good one and see you later.